we need to talk about something everyone sees but nobody's supposed to mention. The dating world has become a minefield of deception, manipulation, and chaos. And before anyone starts screaming, I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about specific patterns of behavior that are destroying relationships and leaving good people broken. Let me show you what's really happening out there with real examples that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about modern dating. Let's start with romantic dishonesty and infidelity, because this is where the real damage happens. I had a client last month, married 15 years, thought he had the perfect life. His wife was having an affair with her personal trainer for 2 years. 2 years. Every girl's night out was a lie. Every work emergency was fabricated. Every I love you was spoken by lips that had just kissed another man. But here's the kicker. When he found out, somehow it became his fault for not meeting her emotional needs. The manipulation tactics some people use to avoid consequences are absolutely breathtaking. Another case. A woman gets caught cheating. Suddenly she's depressed and suicidal. Not before getting caught, mind you. Only after. The tears, the threats of self-harm, the emergency therapy sessions, all designed to transform her from perpetrator to victim in seconds. And it works. The betrayed partner ends up comforting the cheater. The person who destroyed the relationship becomes the one who needs support. I've seen women fake pregnancies to keep men from leaving, fake cancer to avoid divorce proceedings, fake abuse allegations to win custody. The manipulation isn't just cruel, it's calculated. They know exactly which buttons to push, which authorities to invoke, which fears to exploit. And society often enables it because we're programmed to always believe and protect, never question or verify. The conflict and emotional drama that some individuals create is exhausting to witness. Public screaming matches in restaurants, throwing drinks at partners in bars, smashing phones, keying cars, showing up at workplaces to make a scene. This isn't passion, it's instability. But somehow it gets romanticized as fighting for love when really it's just emotional terrorism. I watched a video last week, a woman destroying her boyfriend's gaming setup because he didn't respond to her text fast enough. Thousands of dollars of equipment destroyed the comments. Yes, queen, he deserved it. That'll teach him. Imagine if a man destroyed a woman's belongings because she didn't text back. He'd be in jail, and rightfully so. But when certain people do it, it's entertainment. The hookup culture risks that some individuals take are genuinely terrifying. Meeting strangers from apps at their homes, getting blackout drunk with people they just met, engaging in unprotected encounters with multiple partners, then acting surprised when there are consequences. This isn't liberation, it's self-destruction marketed as empowerment. A buddy of mine matched with someone on a dating app. She wanted to meet immediately at his place at 2 a.m. Red flags everywhere, right? When he suggested meeting in public first, she called him boring and probably broke anyway. 2 weeks later, he saw her on the news, arrested for drugging and robbing men she met on dating apps. But suggesting caution makes you paranoid, apparently. The materialism and judgment in dating has reached absurd levels. Some profiles literally list minimum income requirements. First questions about your car, your job, your investment portfolio. Not even trying to hide that they're shopping for a provider, not seeking a partner. Then they wonder why they only attract men who see them as transactions. I counseled a guy who took a woman to a nice restaurant, $200 dinner. She spent the entire time on her phone, barely spoke to him, ordered the most expensive items, including a meal to go for her roommate. At the end, she said there was no chemistry and left. Next day, she's posting photos of the food on Instagram, bragging about the free dinner. This isn't dating, it's exploitation. The social media exaggeration has created a completely false reality. Every breakup becomes escaping abuse. Every argument becomes toxic manipulation. Every normal relationship conflict becomes contempt for victimhood narratives. People who are simply incompatible become villains in carefully crafted social media stories designed for maximum sympathy and attention. Some women post about their narcissistic ex, while conveniently leaving out that they cheated multiple times. They share quotes about surviving trauma when the trauma was their partner asking them to contribute to bills. They create entire online personas as survivors and warriors when really they're just people who torpedoed their own relationships and need a narrative that makes them the hero. The disregard for boundaries and safety I've witnessed is shocking. Women who give out their partner's phone number to random men as punishment for arguments. Those who bring strangers to their home where their children sleep. Some who drive drunk because they're mad at their boyfriend. This isn't just poor judgment. It's dangerous behavior that puts everyone at risk. There was a viral video of a woman attacking her boyfriend in an Uber, hitting him repeatedly while he just sat there taking it. The driver had to pull over. She was screaming about him liking another woman's photo on Instagram, physical violence over a double tap. And the comments, people were laughing, making jokes, Reverse those genders, and it's a crime, not comedy. The sexual expression and flaunting has become a form of revenge for some. After breakups, suddenly there are posts about their hot girl summer with younger men, explicit details shared publicly to hurt their ex, photos designed to trigger jealousy. It's not about moving on, it's about public humiliation of someone they claim to love. I know a situation where a woman started dating her ex-husband's barely legal son from a previous marriage, posted photos everywhere, making sure the ex would see. The psychological warfare, the family destruction, the complete lack of boundaries, all for what? To prove a point to hurt someone. This isn't empowerment, it's pathology. The breakdown of traditional relationship values isn't about progress, it's about selfishness. Commitment is seen as constraint, loyalty is viewed as limitation, mutual respect is replaced with my truth. Some people want all the benefits of relationships, support, security, companionship while maintaining complete independence and zero accountability. Open relationships that are only open on one side. Polyamory that means she can date others but he can't. Modern relationships where traditional expectations apply to him. Providing, protecting, proposing, but not to her. Loyalty, support, reciprocation. The rules constantly shift to maximize benefit and minimize responsibility. From a male perspective, watching this behavior is like watching society gaslight an entire gender. Men share their experiences of being cheated on, lied to, manipulated, abused, and they're told they must have done something to deserve it. They're told their standards are too high, while simultaneously being told they're not doing enough. They're called toxic for having boundaries and weak for not having them. The inconsistency is maddening. The same person who demands a six-figure earner won't cook a meal. The one who wants traditional provision offers modern attitudes. The person screaming about equality expects special treatment. It's not about equality or tradition. It's about whatever benefits them in that specific moment. I've documented cases where women have multiple children with different men collecting child support from each while living with a new boyfriend who also pays the bills. Legal, yes. Ethical, questionable. Sustainable, absolutely not. But pointing this out makes you judgmental, even though it's literally destroying children's lives. The entitlement some individuals display is staggering. They genuinely believe they deserve everything while contributing nothing. They should be loved unconditionally while their love comes with a price list. They should be accepted fully while maintaining extensive deal breakers. They should receive grace while giving none. A client showed me his ex's dating profile. She's 38, 3 kids from different fathers, self-described boss babe with an MLM business, living with her parents. Her requirements: 6 feet tall, 6 figures, must love kids but not have any, own home, luxury car, pay for everything because she's traditional. The delusion is so complete it's almost admirable. The victim mentality that pervades everything is exhausting. Every consequence is oppression. Every standard is discrimination. Every expectation is abuse. Some people have turned victimhood into a full-time identity, collecting perceived slights like trophies, building entire personalities around grievances. They'll destroy a good man's life, then claim trauma when he stops paying for things. They'll cheat repeatedly, then cry about trust issues. They'll create chaos, then demand peace. They'll burn bridges, then wonder why they were isolated. The lack of self-awareness is stunning. Let me share something that happened last week. A woman was caught on camera slashing her ex-boyfriend's tires. Clear video evidence. Her defense: he was emotionally abusive by not responding to her texts quickly enough. Property destruction justified by delayed text responses. And some people online defended her. This is where we are now. The false allegations issue is something we need to discuss honestly. Some individuals have weaponized accusations knowing that even false claims destroy lives. A man's reputation, career, relationships, all can be obliterated by a single unproven claim. And when the truth comes out, no consequences for the liar, but the damage to the innocent person remains. I've personally seen 3 cases where women admitted they made false accusations to teach him a lesson or make him pay. These men lost jobs, friends, family relationships. 1 attempted suicide. The women face no legal consequences. 0. How is this justice? The financial exploitation in modern dating is astounding. Some people are running what amounts to romance scams. Multiple men thinking they're in exclusive relationships, each paying bills, rent, car payments. It's coordinated deception. They have spreadsheets tracking who pays what when. This isn't dating, it's fraud. The foodie call phenomenon, going on dates just for free meals, is now so common there's a term for it. Studies show nearly 1/3 of women admit to doing this. That's millions of men being used for free dinner, time wasted, money spent, hopes raised, all for someone who had no interest beyond the appetizer. I've personally seen 3 cases where women admitted they made false accusations to teach him a lesson or make him pay. These men lost jobs, friends, family relationships. 1 attempted suicide. The women face no legal consequences. 0. How is this justice? The financial exploitation in modern dating is astounding. Some people are running what amounts to romance scams. Multiple men thinking they're in exclusive relationships, each paying bills, rent, car payments. It's coordinated deception. They have spreadsheets tracking who pays what when. This isn't dating, it's fraud. The foodie call phenomenon. Going on dates just for free meals is now so common there's a term for it. Studies show nearly a third of women admit to doing this. That's millions of men being used for free dinner. Time wasted, money spent, hopes raised, all for someone who had no interest beyond the appetizer. The baby trapping situations I've encountered are horrifying. Women lying about birth control to get pregnant, retrieving condoms from trash to inseminate themselves, getting pregnant by one man while telling another it's his. These aren't mistakes. They're calculated moves to secure resources through deception. One case haunts me. A woman convinced a man he was the father for 8 years. He raised that child, loved that child, built his life around that child. DNA test revealed the truth, not his. She knew all along. 8 years of lies. He still has to pay child support for a child that isn't his because he assumed the role of father. Tell me how that's fair. The social media validation addiction drives increasingly extreme behavior. Every breakup needs a photo shoot. Every argument needs documentation. Every emotion needs an audience. They're not living life. They're performing it for strangers online who enable their worst impulses. The glow-up posts after destroying someone's life. The living my best life captions while their ex is in therapy. The upgraded announcements while their children wonder where daddy went. It's cruelty packaged as self-care, destruction marketed as growth. The dating app behavior some exhibit is predatory, matching just to insult men they find unattractive, leading people on for entertainment, using apps for free meal tickets, ego boosts, Instagram followers. They're not looking for connection. They're hunting for resources and validation. The relationship sabotage patterns are predictable. As soon as things get serious, they create problems. Peace makes them uncomfortable, so they manufacture drama. Stability feels like stagnation, so they generate chaos. Then they blame their partner for not being able to handle their intensity. I watched a woman systematically destroy a 3-year relationship over 2 months, started fights about nothing, accused him of cheating with 0 evidence, made scenes at his work events, posted cryptic messages about knowing her worth. When he finally ended it, she was shocked and heartbroken. She literally pushed him away, then acted surprised when he left. The group mentality that encourages destructive behavior is toxic. Friends who celebrate cheating as getting yours, social circles that enable lying as protecting yourself, online communities that champion manipulation as strategy. They're creating echo chambers that normalize pathological behavior. The girl support girl's message gets twisted into never hold women accountable. A woman cheats. He must have neglected her. She lies. She was protecting herself. She destroys property. Queen energy. This isn't support. It's enabling destruction. The children caught in this chaos suffer most. Kids used as weapons in divorces. Children exposed to multiple new daddies every year. Kids who witness their mother destroying their father emotionally and financially. These children grow up thinking chaos is normal, dysfunction is standard, and relationships are warfare. I counsel young men who watch their mothers destroy their fathers financially, emotionally, legally. These boys grow into men who don't trust, can't commit, won't risk. They've seen what happens when you believe in love, so they don't. The cycle of damage continues generationally. The workplace dynamics have become treacherous, some individuals filing harassment claims for normal interaction, using tears to avoid accountability, playing victim to get ahead, creating hostile environments, then claiming they're the ones being hostiled. It's weaponized fragility. A manager I know had to install cameras in his office, not for security, but for protection. Too many closed-door meetings where normal performance reviews became hostile confrontations in retellings. Documentation isn't enough anymore. You need video evidence to protect yourself from lies. The casual cruelty some display is sociopathic, laughing about breaking hearts, bragging about manipulation, competing over who can extract more resources. They've turned human emotion into a game where causing pain earns points. The projection is constant. Women who cheat, accusing faithful partners of cheating. Liars calling honest people deceptive. Manipulators claiming they're being manipulated. They project their own behavior onto others, then punish them for it. The romantic dishonesty extends beyond just cheating. It's the constant deception about intentions. Some women enter relationships knowing they'll leave once they get what they want: citizenship, financial stability, social status. They fake love for years, playing a role, waiting for the right moment to exit with maximum benefit. The man thinks he's building a future while she's planning her escape. I knew a situation where a woman married a man specifically for his life insurance policy. She knew he had a heart condition. She played the devoted wife for 3 years, secretly encouraging habits that worsened his health. When he died, she collected $2 million. She remarried 6 months later. This isn't romance. It's premeditated emotional murder. The manipulation tactics have become so sophisticated, they're almost admirable if they weren't so destructive. Some women keep backup relationships while in committed ones, not just emotional affairs, but fully developed parallel relationships. They'll have the stable provider at home and the exciting bad boy on the side, juggling both until forced to choose, then playing victim regardless of the outcome. The conflict creation is strategic, not emotional. They start fights before events they don't want to attend, create drama before family visits they want to avoid, manufacture crises when bills are due. It's not random emotional outbursts. It's calculated psychological warfare designed to exhaust men into compliance. The hookup culture has created a new kind of danger. Some women deliberately seek out married men, not for love, but for leverage. They document everything: texts, photos, videos, then threaten exposure unless paid. It's blackmail disguised as dating. Men think they're having affairs. They're actually being set up for extortion. The materialism goes beyond just wanting nice things. It's the complete devaluation of men who can't provide luxury. A man's worth is reduced to his bank account, his character, kindness, loyalty meaningless if he can't afford the lifestyle they've decided they deserve. They don't see partners. They see walking ATMs with varying withdrawal limits. The social media exaggeration has reached the point of complete fiction. Women posting about their abusive ex while still living with him, planning their exit strategy based on maximum social media sympathy. They're creating their victim narrative in real time, documenting evidence that's completely manufactured, building a case for public court before the relationship even ends. The disregard for boundaries extends to their partner's family and friends. They'll seduce their boyfriend's best friend to prove they can, sleep with their ex's brother for revenge, destroy decades-old friendships because they feel threatened. The collateral damage doesn't matter. Everyone is expendable in their pursuit of validation or vengeance. The sexual expression as weapon phenomenon is particularly cruel. After a breakup, some women will specifically target their ex's insecurities. If he was worried about size, she'll publicly praise her new partner's endowment. If he was self-conscious about performance, she'll detail her new, amazing sex life. It's psychological torture designed to destroy whatever self-esteem remains. The breakdown of traditional values has created a weird hybrid where some women want all the benefits of both traditional and modern relationships simultaneously. They want to be pursued, courted, and provided for like it's 1950, but also want complete sexual freedom, zero domestic expectations, and unquestioned authority like it's 2050. They're creating impossible standards that no era of man could meet. The male perspective on this is increasingly hopeless. Young men are watching their friends get destroyed and deciding relationships aren't worth it. They're seeing false allegations ruin lives and choosing to avoid women entirely. They're witnessing the financial destruction of divorce and deciding marriage is insane. Can you blame them? Here's what's really happening. Some individuals have realized they can behave terribly without consequences. Society will excuse, explain, enable. They can lie, cheat, steal, destroy, and still be viewed as victims. There's no accountability, so there's no reason to change. The traditional relationship model is dead, but nothing functional has replaced it. Instead, we have chaos. Lies are normalized. Betrayal is expected. Manipulation is strategized. Trust is impossible. This isn't liberation or progress. It's relationship apocalypse. Some women who engage in this behavior will end up alone, bitter, wondering what went wrong. They'll have destroyed every good thing, pushed away every good person, burned every bridge, and they still won't understand their role in their own misery. The men who've survived this chaos have stories that would horrify you. Financial ruin, false imprisonment, children weaponized against them, careers destroyed, reputations obliterated, and they're told to man up and try again. Why would they? The solution isn't complicated, but it requires something that's become rare: accountability. People need to face consequences for destructive behavior. Lies need to be exposed. Manipulation needs to be called out. Chaos needs to be rejected. Men need to recognize these patterns early and walk away. First sign of dishonesty: leave. Manipulation tactics gone. Creating drama: exit. Don't try to fix, save, or change. Just leave. Your peace is worth more than their chaos. Document everything, every conversation, every incident, every red flag. Not because you're paranoid, but because you're prudent. In a world where false accusations can destroy lives, evidence is survival. The women who don't engage in these behaviors, and there are many, need to speak up. Call out the lies, reject the chaos, refuse to enable destruction. Your silence makes you complicit in the damage being done to good people. The cultural shift needed is massive. We need to stop celebrating dysfunction. Stop enabling destruction. Stop excusing inexcusable behavior. Stop pretending chaos is empowerment. Start demanding accountability, honesty, and basic human decency. This isn't about returning to the past or controlling anyone. It's about basic standards of human behavior. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't manipulate, don't destroy. These aren't gendered expectations, they're human ones. The men reading this who've been through it, you're not alone. Your experiences are valid. Your pain is real. Your caution is justified. Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking you deserve the chaos inflicted on you. The dating market has become a war zone, and some individuals are using nuclear weapons while others are trying to build gardens. You can't have healthy relationships in a toxic environment. Sometimes the only winning move is not to play. For those engaged in these destructive behaviors, the karma is coming. You can't destroy people indefinitely without consequences. You can't lie forever without being exposed. You can't manipulate endlessly without being isolated. The game has an expiration date. The children watching this chaos are learning. Boys are learning not to trust. Girls are learning manipulation works. Both are learning that relationships are warfare. We're creating generations of damaged people who will perpetuate these cycles. The hope lies with those who reject this madness. Men and women who choose honesty over manipulation, peace over chaos, building over destroying. They're out there, but they're increasingly careful about who they let into their lives. Can you blame them? Modern dating has exposed the worst in some people. The lies are documented. The betrayal is recorded. The chaos is filmed. We have receipts now. The evidence is overwhelming. The patterns are undeniable. This isn't an attack on all women. It's an exposure of specific behaviors that are destroying the possibility of healthy relationships. Good women exist, but they're being drowned out by the chaos creators who dominate the conversation and the dating market. The accountability moment is coming. Men are waking up, walking away, and warning others. The behaviors that worked for years are being exposed and rejected. The manipulation tactics are being documented and shared. The game is ending. For the good women wondering why men won't approach, won't commit, won't trust. This is why the risk has become too great. The story is too numerous, the patterns too clear. It's not you, but you're suffering for what others have done. The path forward requires radical honesty about what's happening, who's doing it, and why it needs to stop. No more excuses, no more enabling, no more pretending. This is acceptable. Some people are destroying others for sport, and it needs to end. I want to hear from you. Men, share your stories of betrayal and chaos with evidence, if you have it. Women who reject these behaviors, speak up about what you see. Let's expose the patterns, document the destruction, and maybe save some good people from the chaos. The truth is finally coming out. The lies are being exposed. The betrayal is being documented. The chaos is being rejected. And for those who have built their lives on deception and destruction, your time is running out. The game is over. Accountability is here.